Happy Thursday, guys. I wanted to give you a video today since it is your another work day for EBC and just kind of outline some of the expectations for this week and what we will be looking at for tomorrow. So at this point this week, we have kind of introduced the job shadow interview. So you've been working on finding a person to conduct that interview with. You can do that over the phone, through email. Text would be a little bit hard, but I guess you could potentially do that. Zoom, Google Meet, something along those lines, FaceTime. If you are still trying to find someone, please let me know. Send me an email or remind text, and I will do anything that I can to get someone set up for you. But that's kind of where our focus has been this week. I shared with you on Monday on the website, there are 25 questions there that you could potentially ask them. You only need to ask 10 to include in the presentation. You're more than happy to ask more than that, or a combination of those questions. You do not have to record their answer word for word. You can kind of paraphrase what they've said if you're doing more of like a phone interview or something like that and trying to write it down. So just a heads up on that. So again, just 10 out of those 25 questions, but feel free to use more and to kind of paraphrase their responses as you go. So if you have not contacted a person, that's your first priority, to find someone and to contact them and to try to set that up. I'll be asking tomorrow when you will be conducting that interview with them. If you've already done it, then you can tell me that. If you haven't, then I need to know kind of when that looks like you'll be able to do that, because you need to get that done sooner rather than later, as we kind of finish up these presentations and kind of work towards the actual presentation format. So that's the job shadow part. Again, we wish we were in school so you guys could actually go and do the job shadow, but this is, I guess, our second best option for that. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know, but that's where our focus has been this week. You will see today on the website that I also started talking about for yesterday and today, that for the workday, you can continue to work on those career slides. You've already gathered all that information. We're now looking at making those slides. I think I had 4 to 6 of those due last week. And I've looked at those and I've given you feedback on those. And remember, you're moving outside of just putting words and pictures onto a Google slide. You've got to do something more. Videos, you need graphs and charts and flow charts or maps or things like that to make those presentations kind of at that collegiate level, and just beyond simple words and pictures and a bunch of white space and whatnot on a Google slide. So do the best you can with that. You need 6 to 10 of those. Obviously, you can have more than 10, but I thought that was probably the best range for the amount of information that you gathered with the career information. So what you've been working on, just to kind of give you full picture, because it's hard since we're not in school, this class I've struggled with the most, which is trying to figure out how to do this remote learning, because it is such an interactive and kind of presentation style, is kind of where we were at with EBC. But what you guys are working on is basically your final exam presentation. It had 3 different parts. It had the career part, which you are done and you're just working on those slides, getting those professional and creative. It had the job shadow, which I think just a few of you have actually conducted a job shadow, but now we've moved toward the interview. So the next part of that will be taking that information from the interview and putting that on the slides as well. And then the final part was your final farewell, which we have not talked about at this point, so you don't need to worry about that. What I will do is for tomorrow, I'm going to have you turn in basically like where you are at with your presentation. If you're only done with the career slides, then I will be looking at those. If you've conducted the job shadow interview, then you need to add those slides on there. And kind of start that process of getting that information on the slides as well. And then I can give you feedback. I'll probably post a different activity for tomorrow as well. Something that I was hopeful that we would look at was there was like a 1-week unit that we were going to do about 7 habits of highly effective people. So I might be posting just something for you to read or a video for you to watch just to help in that process. But other than that, that's where our focus is, and we're moving towards the presentation. So we need to get our information done first, career, job shadow, final farewell, and then we'll actually do the presentation, which is going to look a little bit different since we're in remote learning. So I'm still working on all of that information. But I'm hopeful this video will just clear up some of the questions that you might be having, or like, what are you supposed to be doing? I hope you are all well. I know that this is maybe not the most or just how you felt like and how you saw your senior year play out. So if there's anything I can do, if there's anything you guys need, if there's anything we can do as a class, remember, we've talked about that from the very get-go. Like, I am here for you if we need to do something to kind of move you on to the next step or prepare you in any way for life after high school. So if you have any ideas or you want us to do something as a class, let me know, and I will incorporate that into our remote learning as best as I can. So I hope you're well. Today's a work day. Work on the job shadow, getting that set up or actually conducting it. Work on those career slides. You need 6 to 10 of those by tomorrow. Those pretty much need to be done because we are shifting into the job shadow. If you're done with the job shadow, get that information on those Google Slides and I can start giving you feedback on all of that. So yeah, I hope you're all well. I know it's cold outside, but hopefully you get a chance to kind of get outside maybe in the afternoon when it warms up, get some fresh air, and you're almost there. Tomorrow's Friday. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.